Okay, let's start this tutorial. Today we are going to talk about how to build a weapon for our character and meanwhile create a new enemy with basic AI work logic inside that. Alright, so I'm going to delete this priest first and stick on to our barbarian here. So firstly, we need to do is to find the character handle weapon script on the barbarian object. Let's move down. As we can see right now, we don't have a initial weapon here. That's what we are going to create. So in order to do that, we need to find the barbarian prefab. If you haven't done that, so please in this KI nodes folder, double click the pixel art platformer, find the prefab folder. As you can see, I already have a prefab here, but I can also delete that. If I delete that, we in this way, so we can drag this barbarian object from the hierarchy window to the prefab window. When we done the dragging, it will instantly create a barbarian prefab. And right now we need to double click the prefab and open up. That will open up a window especially specific for this barbarian object. So here, right click your mouse at the blank space of hierarchy window, create an empty object. And we call this object like X, or we can call that like X attack. So usually we should name it as the weapon or the movement. So in order to make it stand just to the coordinate with this barbarian, firstly we the better set the position like 0 and 0, 0, 0. Start from here. You can see the transparent circle here. And after that, we can also set this scale. So this scale, link the scale together and set them all to 1. After that, let's create a component called melee weapon. Melee weapon. So the red rectangle means the damage area. Firstly, we need to change the trigger mode, change it into semi-auto, and the time between uses we can use 1 and uncheck delay before release the interruption, and the time between uses release interruption we uncheck these both. And then let's move down until we find here animation parameters names. Let's find the use animation parameter here. Let's call that melee start. That means when this animation when this parameter sent back to the animator system, it will call up a melee animation. And then let's go down further. Let's see this melee damage area. We can change by dragging with this X. Let's drag a little bit. But right now you can see we are not so sure about how much area will this X attack cover. So firstly, we need to open up the animation window and find out the attack, drag it a little bit. So in this way, we can clearly see where this damage area located. So let's drag this X a little bit higher, drag to Y, XO, and extend it by dragging the bar at area size. Mm. Mm. Yes, and maybe it's too big a little bit. Mm. Yes, just roughly we can have that roughly cover this area, and that should be good enough. So then about the initial delay, we also need to go back to the animation window. We can see that there are one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 frames here. So with the first 3 frame would be the actor just preparing the attack, and the later ones will actually cause attack. So we should start the initially like 0.3. Just let it wait 0.3 for the delay, the initial delay, and the active duration. Let's set another 0.3, cause that's 1, 2, 3. That makes the attack much precise rather than set 0.6. Because when after the 3 frames the attack is actually finished, and these are just the cooldown movements, right? They do not actually cause damage. So let's just set 0.3 and 0.3, and then go to melee damage causes. There's a target layer mask, so we should set that like enemies. If you in the future you want to add some object can be destroyed, you are also maybe you need to use like a platform or moving objects or whatever you want. For now, we just stick to the enemies, and then let's see the damage. And we can also set a set force for the knockback. So it means we can put enemy a little bit back off when attacking it. Okay, so after finish all these things, we can close the animation window and drag this X attack to the prefab folder. So this weapon is finished building. So then we must remember to delete this X attack, and go back to the scene. When we go back to the scene, we can directly drag this X attack to the initial weapon slot. And let's have a try. Let's see whether it can attack or not. So when we press E, you can see clearly that the weapon is the weapon started. And let's separate the game window and the scene window. If we start, we press it, you can see definitely there's a red damage circle just at the place of the where EXO can attack. That's it. And I remember last time our character have a problem. What that is, when the character standing on a one-way platform, it won't stand on that. Why is that? Because there is a animation logic called the character dangling. Remember to uncheck that. If you check this one, you can see. Okay, let me show you. If I check this one, our character will have some problem here when recognizing this surface. for now it's just going fine. But just to keep just remember to uncheck this dangling character dangling. And yes, that's it for now. So that's for the character barbarian. If you finish all these things, please remember to save your file. Use the shortcut Ctrl+S, and then we are going to add another character as enemy. For example, let's go back to the assets folder, find the Pixel Heroes pack, open demo folder, and open character prefabs, and find a random one. Lampo. I prefer this one. I prefer this one as a enemy. So let me just use this necromancer. You can choose anyone you want actually. So when we drag this out, necromancer out, you can see it's a little bit smaller than the barbarian. Why is that? Because the scale is 1. However, our barbarian scale is 1.3. So let's set it to 1.3. Remember to click this lock, so they lock the they can size up and down simultaneously in the 3 axles. Necromancer. Okay, so because this necromancer script is no longer needed, we can either uncheck it or just delete it. Right click, delete it is also okay. Just you can select remove component. In this example, I will just keep that. So then we need to add a component called character. The same thing. Right now it's already AI, so we can click auto build AI character, and then we can see lots of things here. If you finish this one, then the character shall able to move. For example, let me place this character here. When we start the game, we can see the necromancer is already moved. Just a very basic AI patrol moving, And next part, please always remember when you use another prefab that was not from Corgi engine. So always remember to create a prefab for that. So in the same way, open assets, Kinos, and prefer pixel art platformer. And in the scene view, select it, select the necromancer, and then let's find the prefab. Also drag the necromancer into the prefab. Remember to create a original prefab. Original prefab. Okay, then next part we need to link all the Corgi engine parameters into this animator, into the necromancer animator. So firstly, we need to find the necromancer animator. If you double click it, you cannot directly access to that. So you have to from assets and Pixel Hero Pack, and then find the demo and character prefab, or not character prefab. We need to find in the Pixel Heroes pack, find animations and find necromancer, and this is the necromancer animator. Double click it, and here it is. So here firstly we need to delete most of the trigger parameter. Keep the dash trigger, but like hurt and the spell cast and the attack and the jump these things we need to delete them, and we also need to create idle as a boolean, and also walking, and no jumping. I think it's idle, walking, dash, and yes, and melee attack, melee start. If you finish that, then we can start so set all these transitions. For example, there's a start. It should start from when the melee start parameter is activated. So let's set this transition and find the condition here and set it into melee start true. Melee start true. And on the other hand, when should the start attack can set to idle? This place is empty. Then we can just delete this one. Delete this one. It's not important. So spellcast for now we can just keep it here. But we can also delete this one, and also delete the fall, jump to fall, and jump. Let's move this run here. The run part, we should set the transition from idle to run, and we set firstly is ground true and the walking true. Ground true, walking true. On the other side, the left hand side, we can set grounded true and walking idle true. Ground true, idle true. So it can transit into each other. And right now we don't have hurt, so we can delete this hurt. And also remember, we need to drag any state from spellcast to attack. From any state to idle, we need that one. So here we also need idle and grounded. Idle and grounded. About that part, because you don't want the blood one, so you can just delete this dash, keep the dash no blood. And here, remember to cancel this no blood condition. Select it, and when it's in blue, and then click this minus, delete it, and that's it. So after we setting all these things, let's go back to the scene, play the game. You can see our necromancer is able to move right now, right? So let's have a look. Can our character hurt this necromancer? Oh no, I just been killed by the necromancer. I'll wait a little bit. Well, again, let's see. It should working. I don't want to be killed again. Come on. Okay, so the necromancer is killed, but right now the death animation haven't been triggered before it's destroyed. So let's stop it. Go back to the necromancer. Let's find the heals. And in the health part, the necromancer right now have 10 health point. You can modify it by yourself later. So right now, the only thing we need to concern is this one: reset force on death. Reset force on death, and uncheck this one: apply death force. Apply death force. It's like when you kill it, it will instantly jump a little bit high and drop. We need to click it, and we also need to put collision off, so it should be still able to stand on the ground. And here, delay before destruction, let's set 1. So in 1 second later, it will die. It will be destroyed. Let's start again. That's it. That's it. So if you think this animation is not correct, yeah, you can stop it first. Let's have a look. The death animation. The death animation, no blood. You see. So this animation is a little bit longer than the priest one. You see. So it will cost like 1 second, more than 1 second. So we should set here like 1.3 and have a test. Oh, there's something weird here. Let's have a look. What's wrong here? Since this and the necromancer don't want to sit down, so let's can transit to self. Let's uncheck that. Uh-huh. Oh, there's still something wrong with it. So when it happened, we can check like this. So let's go back to the necromancer. And then I will drag this animator out to see the actual effect here. So for example, let's check this test. You can see when I check this test, it's standing. Let's double check again, and should be effect like that. So it means our problem is not caused by the logic inside the animator. It should be something uh, outside the animator. Okay, let me have a little change here. Walking through, they are the same. Okay, have a look again. Oh, so here there must be some kind of logic running, uh, logic some logic problem here is off. So let me change a little bit. This is walking through. Let me set it to idle false. Meanwhile, display set to walking false. And this one is best. And this grounded idle true. This test is not triggered. Let me have a check with this. Click on hit, destroy on this. 1.4. Let me set it to 2. Just have a test. Reset on this, reset color. It looks fine. Let me try again. Seems here the dash is not triggered. Okay, so mostly all the process is just like that. I will have a look what's wrong here. But as you can see today, we have already go through the process. Everything just looks fine. So if you have any question, you can send that to me and let me have test what's maybe some little bug inside all these animations because we are now currently combining 1, 2, 3 package into each other. Maybe there's a little bit tricky things inside. Okay, so let's call it a day. I will so try to follow the tutorial and let me find. If you have any question, just contact me on Facebook. Thank you very much.